Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. On my hands is Wildfire, an intriguing graphic novel by Breena Bard and colors by Andrea. The story is about this girl named Juliana whose family has to move after her house is destroyed in wildfire. So it's a lot to do with, one, causes of the wildfires as the family has to kind of rebuild, and then also the PTSD and trauma that Juliana has endured due to this. And the family in general, you see people kind of channel that sadness in different ways. There's a lot about climate change and protests and protecting the environment and how changing the environment leads to more wildfires. But overall, in the heart is Juliana having to deal with this big change in her life. And what doesn't help is one of the kids who caused the wildfire, was caused due to fireworks, winds up in her school, so she's torn between trying to, of course, not let everyone know that he's the one that caused this wildfire, but also move on with her own life. So it's an interesting graphic novel. I'm not the biggest fan of it for a bunch of reasons. One, I think Juliana's PTSD from the event is not downplayed, but it comes way too late. I don't think there's enough really shown of that. And at times, like the comic feel of the graphic novel story just feels like it breaks a bit to talk about climate change, which is normally not a bad thing. Like I actually have no problem with the subject. I firmly believe in it, and everything in that is said within is correct. It's just one of those that there's a lot of unnatural explanations of things. It feels very academic, like it just doesn't flow really well with the dialogue to explain things. There is some solid lessons in there. There's also, I think, a lot of repetitive lessons within, which is another issue with it. It dances around a lot of the issues. It doesn't go into depth with a lot of the issues, and it repeats itself a whole lot. So yeah, I mean, as far as story, it's interesting, and there's aspects I really like, but overall, I don't think it quite works the way it wants to work. Dealing with Juliana's trauma and her guilt from the events, it's just not done enough. There's a catharsis at the end, what a shock, but it comes really, really late. And she, unloads with a lot of how she's feeling, but at the same time, it just doesn't click. Like it's weird to describe. I don't know quite how to describe the whole thing, and what doesn't quite sit right. Like it just doesn't. I mean, it's meant for 8 to 14-year-olds. Feels like it might do a bit better for like younger kids, more towards the 8. The art is decent. It's just, I don't know. It's very like PBS sanitized, I think would be the best way of putting it. So overall, doesn't quite hit where I thought it would, and leaves a lot to be desired. You can go get yours, though. It is out in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. It'll tell if a comic shop is near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank Little Brown, and I think Little Brown Inc. is the publisher, Little Brown & Company, for providing us with this review copy, and thank you all for watching. If you're into comics, graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Threads, all at Graphic Policy. Keep it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.